Thank you. Okay, so today our first conversation this morning is with Tolu Afonja as we talk relationship, all right? So she'll be kicking off the second part of the conversation we started last week on ways to build confidence in relationship, right? So Tolu Afonja is a certified integrative life relationship and marriage coach and a master practitioner of neuro-linguistic programming. Thanks for joining us. It's amazing having you here again. I mean, last time I asked you about neuro-linguistic, and I mean, I think I went to read up a little bit about it, and I found out it was really, really interesting. So, I mean, last week started up a conversation about relationships, right, and ways to build confidence in relationships. And now we'd like to talk about factors that affect confidence in relationships.
Thank you. It's good to be here again with you. So let me talk about factors affecting relationship. I recall that last week I mentioned that when we talk about confidence, it starts with self.
Yes.
And so whatever the factors are affects yourself, the individuals that are in the relationships. So the first thing is your childhood influence and experiences. You know, they have an important way of affecting how you perceive yourself and how you attach in a relationship in terms of your attachment style.
Okay. So now when you say childhood experience, are you talking bad experiences or good experiences, or does everything affect it?
So whether it's good or bad, it affects and influences the level of confidence that you will project in a relationship. So if you have good experiences, then you are usually more assertive in a relationship and you come out with your best self. But if you have not so nice experiences that you already were looking down at yourself, you know, in terms of your self-esteem wasn't too good from your nurturing years, you know, university days, up until even when you start working in the workspace, and when you get into an intimate relationship, it will play out. Okay,
so now I have to ask this question because growing up as a Nigerian child, a lot of us didn't have a voice. Do you understand? So, I mean, if we put that across, would you say that is the reason? Because if you think about it also, a lot of us didn't have a voice growing up as children. And then in relationships now, our relationships were known to last longer. I mean, when it comes to marriage, at least used to last. But now, we are not sure. So would you say that, I don't know, that whole thing of, okay, fine, not having a voice as a child, and of course, a lot of us were spanked when growing up also. How would you say that affected? Because I think in a way, I don't know, somehow along the line, maybe there's like a will I say a transformation? Because I think it now is like, okay, I couldn't talk when I was younger. Now I'm in this relationship, I'm going to say everything I want to say. So how do you think, is it parsing, or how do you think it really affects?
So the way it affects is sometimes as we go on through the years, as we progress through the years, we become exposed to different things. And so how we perceive these different exposures eventually play out in how we relate with our partners. So you have values that you have taken over and beliefs from your parenting, from your parents rather.
Yes.
And then you can decide whether you want to hold on to those values and beliefs or not, especially as you become exposed through, you know, through different media channels and relationships, other relationships that you may have developed. So even though, so you have people that maybe didn't have wonderful experiences while they were, you know, in their younger years, but they came to an early realization of it and decided they were going to do something about it and started personal development growth, which now plays out in how they relate with people and even in their intimate relationships. But there's some that actually do not know, or they're in denial. And so will continue, you know, those patterns. And, you know, based on the outcomes that come out in their relationships, then they may either say, okay, now I need to do something, or I need to get help, you know,
counseling.
Or counseling or whatever.
Okay. So we spoke about the childhood experience and how all that affects confidence as a factor, right? So what other factors do we have?
Other factors, you have other relationships, friends and family, you know, how they influence you or how you allow them to influence you, whether negatively or positively. So we say that you are formed based on the relationships, the networks that you have around you. Also, what do you expose yourself to in the media?
True.
You know, whether it's social media, traditional media, and how does it influence you? If you do not know yourself in terms of your core beliefs and your values, then you begin to waver.
Yes,
You
yes.
begin to waver,
True.
and you know you're neither here nor there, and you're not assertive. So these are some of the things that affect your confidence in your relationships. Also, your ability to communicate. You know, in communication, we talk about different points on the spectrum. So you have the aggressive people, you have passive, you have assertive people, and you have those that are just very, very, you know, passive-aggressive. You know, so how you, your confidence plays out. You know, people that are aggressive really do not have a wonderful sense of self and confidence, and so because they're trying to play down on that, they bring out so much aggression.
Aggression, true.
And then those that are assertive, they have a sense of confidence, they know themselves, they know what they want, and they're able to communicate that in their relationships because they are confident in terms of what they want, how they would like things to play out in their relationships. They are able to have a sense of where are we going together and work at it together.
Okay.
And so, yeah.
Okay, so that also plays. Okay, so just, I mean, very briefly, let's see. Okay. Okay, so thank you very much. I mean, that answers a lot of questions. I mean, also mentioning the fact that, I mean, we have social media influencing a lot of people. So I think the key is to literally know that, okay, fine, this is who I am. This is who my partner is. I need to, like, know what I want and then go for it, right? Okay, thank you very much. It's always a pleasure talking to you. Hope to talk to you very soon again because the series is definitely not over, right? Okay, so we'll be going on a very quick break. And when we come back, Wake Up Nigeria continues.